As we know, the youth is the future of Rotary. We need to, as we do in our businesses, have succession planning. So Interact and Rotaract are very important components of who we are. And up next, we are having a report on the Interact activities from the Interact Team District Interact Chair, Soraya Warner Gustav. Soraya?
Thank you. Great. All right, so I'm here this morning to talk a little bit about our amazing Interact program, and want to start off with the why of Interact. You may or may not be aware that in our district, there are 1,500 plus young persons aged 12 to 8 involved in Interact, a viable force of young people who are just passionate about Interact, passionate about serving their communities, epitomizing our Rotary motto, service above self, and living out our values through the four-way test. Rotary from inception has demonstrated its strong commitment to young people. And history tells us that as far back as 1949, Rotary adopted the slogan, "Every Rotarian an example to youth," and since then has shown repeatedly that one of the best investments of our time and resources as Rotarians should be in our future generation. So from my perspective, there is absolutely nothing more humbling than a group of teenagers and younger embracing the ideal of service. They simply understand the principle of doing good in the world. They set about giving back to their communities, their schools, serving to change and improve lives. 1962, Interact is an integral part of Rotary's future, and we as Rotarians must plan to develop our young leaders, to give them a voice, to empower them so that they can serve others better and remain on the path to becoming future Rotarians. So what have we been up to this year? We started out the Rotary year with 67 registered clubs, increasing to 71. We are in 15 territories and sponsored by 38 clubs. We have an awe-inspiring and resilient group of interactors in our midst, and in spite of the COVID challenges, most have been on the move, and notwithstanding their age range, have been making positive impact throughout the district, both independently and in joint service with their sponsor clubs. A brief picture slideshow follows this slide, which will showcase just a few of their activities, but we wanted to highlight here the extent of their work. It's just that important to know that, or to share with you, that our interactors have been promoting peace through peace education and installation of peace poles. They have been supporting education through book drives. They have been protecting the environment. They have been advocating for polio eradication and raising awareness of other diseases, of childhood obesity, the issues of gender inequality and gender-based violence. They have been working to empower girls, attending to the elderly. They have been assisting the poor and disadvantaged children, and generally serving our communities where a need has been identified, and simply spreading the joy of Rotary. If we stop for a moment to take this in, I think you'll agree that this actually sounds like the work of Rotarians. Our interactors are Rotary's biggest advocates. They are a passionate voice of Rotary in their respective communities, and we District Interact Committee could not be more proud of them and their efforts to showcase Rotary and expand its reach. So the following are just a few of the projects that have been undertaken in our district. And I want to say a thank you, huge thank you at this time, to all of our interactors for your hard work and dedication. Thank you to our sponsor clubs as well for their ongoing support and commitment to Interact. Our thrust this year has been advocacy and engagement, and we wanted our interactors to connect with Rotary in a deeper way, to feel included, to see themselves as future Rotarians, as change makers, as a group of young service-oriented leaders who can change the world. And then engagement, how do we engage and unify 71 clubs set in different jurisdictions? The answer, a wonderful collaboration between our DG, who set the tone, Rotarians, Rotaractors, sponsor clubs, faculty advisors, and of course, our interactors. At the district level, we needed to improve the way we communicated, address our communication channels with youth protection in mind, in order to remind clubs that the district sees them, that Rotary appreciates them. So we started out with increased usage of the district's Interact Facebook page, and then we were reminded that by the interactors that this was no longer the medium of choice for young persons. So we created a district Interact Instagram page and launched it on World Polio Day. These activities may seem minor, but we mention this here given the impact on sharing of information and communicating with our Interact audience. We have introduced a district newsletter, and I'm hoping that most of you here have seen it. Certainly, if you're a sponsor club, you should be aware of it. The Interact Change Maker, with quarterly publications dedicated to showcasing the work of Interact in the district. And we were blown away by the receptivity and the number of club stories submitted. We've also introduced our very own District Interact Citation Challenge. And the deadline for applying to this is the 12th of April. We believe that citations encourage clubs to have well-balanced programs, and we could not resist this inclusion in our district program, alongside the Zone 34 and RI citations. To balance all this off, Interact needed a service project which would bring clubs together and get them to rally around a cause. And in walked Youth and Peace in Action, a Zone 34 initiative and the largest Rotary Peace Building Forum for young people ever. A focus on peace. Absolutely well-timed given our current environment. Thank you, YPA, and more importantly, thank you, DG and Debbie, for having the foresight to reach out and partner with Interact directly on the YPA project and other peace projects. The result has been outstanding, but it simply confirms the readiness of our interactors and their eagerness to be a part of Rotary. Our interactors are off the charts. 800 plus of them are registered in this Youth Peace Building Education Program, and our district continues to stand out as the district with the largest interactor participation. We are essentially creating our very own army of peace builders, and this deserves a round of applause. But we are a work in progress with lots more to do to ensure the engagement of every single one of our Interact clubs. So what's next for Interact in our district? Looking at Rotary, we would like to introduce 2 parallel events for our interactors, starting with our inaugural virtual district conference and awards, which is scheduled for the 16th, 18th, 19th June, and will be the last major activity for this Rotary year. This Interact event seeks to round out the District Interact Citation Challenge that I spoke of earlier. I will showcase and celebrate the achievements of our interactors under the theme, Serving to Change Lives, Starting with Me. It's important to note that the district citation is a point-based award system and carries 4 award categories, the highest being the District Governor Citation. You know, our clubs participated in an online survey in February, and 90% of the respondents said that club recognition is important. Our clubs should not miss out on this opportunity, so please encourage participation, sponsor clubs. We are so excited. In fact, we're really excited and really pumped about this initiative, which will see our interactors working alongside our Interact committee to produce the event. We also plan to introduce Interact Pets or Interact Leadership Training in July 2022 to start off the new Rotary year. For this new period, it's all about leveling up our Interact community and developing our interactors. We plan to focus on training, starting with our Interact boards. We know that training occurs in some clubs, but may not be on a consistent basis across the district. So please encourage your clubs to have their new boards in place before the school year is out, or certainly before the start of the new Rotary year. These are just two of the initiatives planned for next year, but Interact turns 60 as well. So there will be more initiatives and more district events. We invite you to keep tuned in to Interact 7030. Presenting the members of our District Interact Committee. This wraps up, actually, our Interact report. And before I close, I'd like to present to you the committee members. PP Dina, PP Nader, PP Nisha, Rotarian Imtiaz, all from Trinidad, Rotarian Wahida from Guyana, past Chair Samala from St. Lucia, and yours truly as committee chair. You know the saying, teamwork makes the dream work. This has been an outstanding team effort, and I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to the committee for their support. I also want to thank for the opportunity to steer this program and the support provided during the year. Thank you, fellow Rotarians, for your time and attention. These 7030 Interact is on the move, and we are beyond ecstatic by the buzz and current level of engagement within our Interact community. Looking ahead, we are imagining a district where all of our Rotary clubs are sponsor clubs, are sponsors to Interact clubs. We're imagining some Rotaract clubs as well, becoming co-sponsors, and so look forward to your participation in this awesome movement. Let's work together to inspire our future generation. Go Interact. We just invite you, sorry, I can't leave without this last note, to visit our Interact site page at the District 7030 website. And if you'd like to contribute or to be a part of our Interact community, please reach out to us at interact@rotarydistrict7030.org. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Soraya.